I am literally speechless today. This is a 1959 Les Paul, but for 100th of the price. This is the Regent 7 Trident 59, every bit as good as a 1959 Les Paul, and today we're going to show you why. So let's go. So you might have seen in the past, we've been featuring this Regent 7 Trident 56 gold top, which is one of the most beautiful guitars I've ever played. So with that being said, I saw David at Regent 7 Guitars post about this Trident 59 Les Paul, which is, I mean, David literally goes to the end of the earth to source the right components to recreate exactly how a 59 Les Paul would have been made back in the day. Now, it's almost impossible to get over the camera just how beautiful this thing is in person. I've tried to take a million pictures, but none of them do it any justice. And it's really annoying me actually, because it's just so beautiful in person. I'm lucky enough to have played a bunch of vintage 59 Les Pauls in the past. And when I look down at this guitar, I really can't tell a difference from those ones that I've played. And then when you actually plug it into, this one has that PAF sound that just never heard recreated. Now, David is the owner of Regent 7 here in the UK, and he hand makes these guitars one at a time. And the one he sent to us is, I mean, the specs are unreal, and I don't know how he can do it for the price that he charges. Because if this was a, a Murphy Lab Gibson, it would be like 10 to 13 grand. I don't know the exact amount. But with that being said, in my opinion, you wouldn't be getting the attention to detail that is on this guitar, because this one is just on another level. It really is like looking at a 59 Les Paul. So on that note, specs wise, this guitar is a one-piece mahogany body with, obviously a two-piece flame maple cap, a one-piece mahogany neck with medium jumbos, and it has like an Indian rosewood board with the celluloid inlays, 12-inch radius, hand-wound PAFs by David himself. Now, the specs on this thing are just unreal. I'll put a little list of some of the more nerdy details for you absolute guitar nerds. And yeah, I mean, I just can't get over the detail. It's just insane. It's basically as close as you can get to a 1959 Les Paul. Now, this one actually has what a lot of people consider the dream weight for a Les Paul. It's about 3.6 kilos. Just about perfect, really. It's nice and chunky feeling and heavy, but not going to break your back too much. So I'll just play through the different pickup selections now, and you will be able to hear that unruly PAF sound. That bridge pickup is so fat, when you push it with a bit of gain, it's just got that vintage PAF sound down to a T. Now it also does the Eric Clapton woman tone really nicely when you flip back to the neck pickup. And to get the real woman tone, you want to back down your tone knob on the neck pickup all the way off, but then just rise it until it becomes not so muddy, because you don't want it to be muddy. It needs to cut through a little bit so it sings, which is, you know, why it's called the woman tone. Roll the tone up just enough. Now here's a quick tip that I learned from a Joe Bonamassa interview from ages back. He was talking about actually using the controls on a Les Paul. So for example, if you go to the middle pickup selector and roll back to varying degrees on both pickups, there's so many tones and nuances within that combination. Rather than just dialing them both up to the full tilt position, actually roll them back and find those tones in between. Now the finish of this guitar, a lot of the modern day, you know, Gibson finishes will be called cherry burst or lemon burst, honey burst, all those different types of burst iterations. But I asked David, what color is this guitar? And he said it's called an unburst. So now I'm going to read out what David said. He said it's where the unstable red aniline outer burst fades, but leaves a faint shadow. And then with the ambering of the lacquer, it just blends in really nicely. It only does this on 1958 Les Pauls and 1959 Les Pauls. In late 60, they updated the pigment in the finish and it stopped fading. Now David said to me that 58 Les Pauls didn't really have flamed mahogany. So on this 59 recreation, if you look at the back of the neck, it actually has flamed mahogany as well, which it's just that, it's that kind of level of detail. By the way, there's some really cool wear on the back that's not overdone. This is the whole thing about this guitar. It's not overdone. It's the perfect amount of relicing. The checking on it is just beautiful. Nothing like the razor blade kind of checking you see on some of the other relics out there. This is as real as it gets. You know, I've got old guitars and they've checked exactly the same as this. But yeah, the knobs are just like, they feel old. I feel like I'm touching something that's dirty and old, but you know, it's clean at the same time. It's really weird. You know, the way the metal's aged as well, the little tiny flecks on the plastic, and the actual playability of it, because both this and the Trident 56 that I got, you know, played like butter out of the box, just like smooth as anything. But yeah, I mean, a huge thanks to Regent 7 for sending this over. I don't know how he does them for under £3,500. I mean, it might sound like quite a lot of money off the cuff, but for what it is, you know, a handcrafted one at a time instrument this quality, that is cheap. So yeah, we're gonna jam now in a real live band context. We've got our drummer Tom jumping on drums, and we're gonna play a So Many Roads kind of style jam in, you know, in the style of Joe Bonamassa a little bit. Obviously I can't play anything like that, but the style of the track is certainly that. It's a nod to that. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. You know, go and check out Regent 7 if you like their work. Also, I think you can actually buy the pickups separately. So if you like just the pickups, want to put them in one of your, you know, Les Pauls to spice it up and give you that vintage sound, that's a good option too. Anyway, yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in a bit, and cheers.